we got some news for the Chicago Cubs. They are bringing back former starting pitcher Jake Arrieta, who played with the team in 2016 for the World Series. He played a few years before that. He played from 2013 to 2017. Then they traded him off to Philadelphia on a 3-year deal, and now he's coming home to Chicago on a 1-year deal. Apparently, it's a $6 million deal. Sources confirmed with ESPN. The deal still. Just want to let you guys know that this deal is still pending a physical, which I'm sure he'll pass. Um, well, just to let you guys know that for future reference. He did win a Cy Young Award in 2015 season, and he helped the team in 3 straight playoff appearances in the World Series championship in 2016. And he threw no in the 2015 and 16 seasons. He threw 2 no hitters and won 40 games in that span, which is really good. And back in the 2018 season, Arrieta signed a 3-year deal with the Phillies. But he's not gonna stay for that 3rd year. He's gonna go back to Chicago where it all started. And this was written by Jesse Rogers. He's an ESPN staff writer. Omar, let me start off with this one. Obviously, I want to say congratulations to Jake Arrieta and Chicago Cubs. Um, Again, this is just another example of us when we say the Chicago Cubs don't have an identity. And I'm not saying that and I'm not in no way talking down on Jake Arrieta. I don't want. I'm not saying that I'm not saying that at all. In case you guys are wondering that. What I'm saying is that number one, Jake Arrieta is 34 years old. He's past his prime. He went to Philadelphia and he was slated to be the next big thing in Philadelphia with a lineup with Aaron Nola, who was also on the come up that year. He was a good pitcher that year, and he still is. And it's ever since then, the Phillies got pitchers like Zach Wheeler and can't really think off the top of my mind. So it hasn't really been a lot of starting pitchers they got. But my point is that Jake Arrieta was supposed to be in the top three, in that lineup, and he just didn't prove it. He just wasn't as good as he was before. Now, am I saying that he will be bad in Chicago? I hope not. Personally, I wish him the best of luck in Chicago. But this is just another example of the Cubs, searching for an identity that's not there. I mean, they got Jock Peterson, which I mean, on paper sounds good and looks good, but in a team where they're rebuilding and you should look into your farm system to see who's the next generation of the Chicago Cubs. Like I said, Jake Arrieta is out of his prime. He's past his prime now. And you got rid of him because you wanted to try something new. At least test these new pitchers that you get in the farm or wherever you get in the free agency market. I don't know, man. I don't know how this is gonna go. I really think the Cubs just have a lost identity at this point. I think they really need to just start rebuilding at this point. And that's what they're doing. But I can't tell you what kind of rebuilding process this is. It's I don't know how to explain it. It's confusing because like you said before about John Peterson, you get this guy. There's no identity because now you're getting rid of all these. Same thing with the Red Sox are doing. You're getting rid of all these veterans, but then you're getting even more veterans. You know what I mean? There's no identity there. But with that said, I mean, I'm a little confused on this trade to be quite honest with you. But nonetheless, I do wish Jake Arrieta the best of luck, and same thing with the Chicago Cubs. So with that said, I'll give it to you now, Mario.
Yeah, well, I'll take it over there. First of all, good luck to Jake Arrieta with the Chicago Cubs. Congratulations on rejoining your former team. Nah, Nate, I completely agree with you. Like, I mean, again, the Cubs is an example of a no identity team. They don't know what they want to do. I mean, look, is it possible to bring in Jake Arrieta just to be that veteran on that team, maybe to play for a couple more seasons, then he retires? Maybe that's a possibility. But again, if this is, I don't know what if Jake Arrieta is part of their plan, I don't know what it is. I don't know what he has to do with it. Now, don't get me wrong, the legends always leave their team, or I wouldn't want to call Jake Arrieta a legend, but guys usually lead their team, and if they were very significant to the team, they end up bringing them back. Like that stuff happens. You know what I'm saying? I bet Jake Arrieta, if there was any team that he wanted to finish with, it was probably the Cubs. Don't get me wrong, but like you said, again, you're absolutely right. He's declined since that 2016 season. I want to say, look, 2015, obviously he had his Cy Young year. He had a 1.77 ERA. He had 22 wins. 2016, he has 300. He has a ERA at 3.10. Not it's definitely a decrease in stats, but it's still decent. 3.10. I think that's a pretty good ERA. He had 18 wins, and then it just goes up from there. 353 still good. 396 decent. 464 now you're pushing it, and then 508. So like, I definitely agree with you. I think the prime has passed. That's what these stats are showing, that his prime is passing. You know what I'm saying? And he's been 500 for the past 2 seasons. And in the season before those past 2 seasons, the last 2 seasons, he was 10-11. So I absolutely agree with you. You know, it seems like his prime just passed him. So unless they're using him as like to have that type of veteran on the team to help these other guys, then like I don't really see the reason why he's there. Maybe to be, first of all, Jake Arrieta will never be the ace again in Chicago. I don't think that'll happen unless he goes back to that 2015 season. You know what I'm saying? Which is, I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's highly unlikely at this point. Unless he goes back to that 2015 season or 2016 season, I don't think he's ever going to be the ace. So I mean, now you got guys like and the pitchers for the Cubs, they do have decent pitchers, man. Like, let's be honest. Like Kyle Hendricks, very good pitcher. Zach Davies is a very good pitcher. Obviously they have I believe they still have the closer in Craig Kimbrell. I believe he's
Yeah,
still the yeah. So like in Craig Kimbrell, is kind of pushing it too, in my opinion. Jonathan
yeah,
Holder
I
is a good
agree.
pitcher. So I mean, they got a decent pitching staff. Nate, is it the best? No, but they got a decent pitching staff. I just don't see like again, but I completely agree. I don't see the point in getting Jake Arrieta unless it's just to bring a guy who meant so much to the Cubs back. Unless it's that, I can't really see I can't really see a lot of significance in bringing back Jake Arrieta. This was a trade or was this a signing?
I think this was a signing.
All right, yeah. So I mean, like, look, what I expected out of this, what I expected is it was like at most a minimum contract for Jake Arrieta. Right. So I mean, basically, what was it, like a 1 year?
Yeah, 1 year, $6 million.
Yeah. Look, I'm gonna be honest with you, Nate. If Jake Arrieta doesn't have like a good like season, if he doesn't have like a season that's like probably at like a 3 ERA or something like just a tad bit above, if he's not at that or lower, I think this is Jake Arrieta's last season in the MLB. That's my prediction right now. But with
I
that being
agree.
said, I hope it's not because he gave us some memories again. Former Cy Young winner, former All Star, World 2016 World Series champion. So with that being said, I wish him the best of luck in Chicago. And again, congratulations on rejoining your former team.